Michele Fields. I'm the Superintendent of Insurance at the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas. And we are in the Commission's office in Nassau. With our legislation, we have two pieces of legislation. We have the Insurance Act of 2005 and the External Insurance Act of 2009. So what we are doing now is amalgamating those two pieces of legislation, whereby the intent is that the categories of licenses will change so that I guess the emphasis will be on the type of business that the entity is doing, then the structure of the entity, rather than where the policyholders are located, which is the way it makes it seem from having two distinct acts. So where we are at now, the act is the amalgamation is well underway. The draft legislation we expect to go out for consultation in the next quarter, and then we look to get that put through Parliament during the course of this year.
Fantastic. It always seems that you guys are able to do these things, I call it with fleet of foot, you're quite quick. Would you say that's fair, and why is that important?
Well, obviously we want to be as nimble as possible. I think being a small jurisdiction, we do have, better access to the politicians, the powers that be, so that we can make things happen more quickly. But we're trying to do as much of the legwork internally so that when we send it to government, it will be in a state that is ready to go. Well, I think that what it will do is to, not have that demarcation so much between international business versus domestic business. We have a very robust domestic industry in the Bahamas in insurance, and what we want is for the external insurers to, have the same level of supervision, whether the policyholders are here or abroad, but we then look at the size, nature, and complexity of the institution as to the regulatory measures that we take. So, the things that drives any business is profit, for one. Policyholders and captive owners look for some more control over their costs, so obviously the state of the market is something that is relevant, but what causes owners to look at a particular domicile? Some of the things are cost. If we think that the Bahamas is a fairly priced jurisdiction, our regulatory framework is such that we can oversee any type of international insurance business. The service providers are here in terms of both accountants, lawyers, captive managers, and there is the possibility of outsourcing any service that needs to be. The regulatory costs are fair, and the way that we look at the risk-based approach, I think is welcome for international business. I think that the prospects, the future is wide open. The captive, the alternate risk transfer mechanism is always going to be a consideration for company owners, because they're looking at containing costs. And so that will always be on the table as a mechanism.